Okay, I have all 5 top stitched. I set up my sewing machine over here and just throw them onto the big table. So then I have this little stack pile, and then I, very organized, put the starting one at the corner, and I trim each one, trim one side, trim the other side, both threads at the same time, on each side, the start thread and the end thread. So then I put the next one up. And this is, like I say, this is how I do it fast. It's how I ended up doing 300. I did it all very quickly. It took me a while to learn the whole process, but every now and then it goes wrong, like just then. But normally I can clip both of these threads at the same time. I have a trash can over here on my left that I just drop the threads right into. Alright, so all 5 masks are trimmed. And we're ready to put the pleats in. And let me grab my pins and cover up my coffee stain there. Alright. So, this is how I put my pleats in. I lay the mask in front of me, fold down and back up. And actually I saw this on Missouri Star Quilt Company when Jenny Doan made her mask. This is how she showed you how she folded it down and back up, and that was the only way that I learned to do it and do it correctly. So, and then I do the second one. I only put 2 pleats because I found putting 3 was just too difficult. It made me want to quit doing it. So then I have another corner that I stack them up on. There they are. See? The tie's hanging off so they don't get tangled up. Alright, and I would guess that my pleats are about a ½ inch to an inch somewhere. Not really sure. This one's striped, so I'll try to make sure that the stripes stay straight. And my pins are not sticking all the way out to the top stitch. You see, it's just a little bit, 3/8 of an inch or so away from the top stitching, so that when I go to sew in the pleat, I don't break as many needles, because I'm going to stitch to the inside of the top stitch. Whoop. Got 2 that time by accident. Line my stripes up. And these pleats don't have to be an exact size. 2 nice pleats, that's what you need. 2 nice pleats. And I can't put the pleat in from upside down. I have to switch it back every time to put the next pleat in. Alright. And sometimes I pin the center of the pleat, and sometimes I just iron it a little to make it stay. But I have used these pins with these plastic balls on them, and I think those would melt if I hit them with the iron. So I'm just not going to do either one. I'm not going to pin and I'm not going to iron them. Just going to sew them in, and then when I get done with sewing them in, then I'll iron them in. And then after I iron them in, I take them and wash them all. Of course, they all get tangled up, the strings do. It just takes a minute to get them back apart when you get them out of the washing machine. And then you pitch them in the dryer. And then I bring them back upstairs to the sewing room and iron the pleats back in. And bag each one with a little thing that says sterilize first. So there we go. There's my, let me see. There they are, pinned in. All right, we'll be back in a minute. We're going to sew those in.